Hello everybody. Oh wait, I forgot my light. Hold on. So today's video is gonna be very fun. Am I too far zoomed in? Am I even recording? What's that? Looks like it's like flat against my head and I'm not about it. I'm like, could you even hear me that whole time? Last night I was with my friend Peter. You met him in my vlog a couple videos back. Hi. We watched this new movie. It was super cute and I really want to talk about it with you guys. Although I'm not really sure how much of the movie I will be able to include, if any of it. I'm gonna do my best. I think I'll be able to get at least a few clips. Hopefully. I post videos twice a week here on my channel, so if you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and do that right now. I'll wait for you. Go ahead. Are you done? Thank you very much. And yeah, with no further ado, let's get right into this video. The movie that we watched last night is called Anything's Possible. I should probably look up their actual names. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. So the movie stars Eva Rain and Abu Bakr Ali. Let's just look up the description of this movie really quick because I don't want to try to explain it when they've already, explained it so well. So on the IMDb, the movie's described as a romance and it says a delightfully modern Gen Z coming of age story that follows Kelsa, a confident high school girl who is trans as she navigates their senior year. And let me just say, I heard about this movie and I knew I wanted to watch it. So when I was telling my friend about this movie, I was like, let me just read you a little description. When I Googled it, this is the description that came up. A high school student with a crush summons the courage to ask a transsexual teen out on a date, knowing the drama it could cause. And for some reason that just like rubbed me the wrong way. If you know, you know. I don't get into that. Actually, no, I feel like I should get into that. Transsexual, in my opinion, is kind of an outdated term. I feel like unless somebody specifically asks you to use the term for them, you should stick with transgender. First of all, that is not the person that played. Let me screenshot this shit. That's not the person that played this boy. Is that Ryan? Who is that? Is that Ryan Reynolds? But yeah, I just wanted to point out that that description was kind of weird, but I will say that the IMDb description, as well as the description on like Amazon, where the movie came out, is a lot better. Now, I've seen a couple trans romance movies, rom-coms, if you will, with a trans lead. I've seen like one or two. Not that many. I remember watching one a long time ago called Girl Meets Boy or Boy Meets Girl, something like that. Is that the real name? Girl Meets World? Something? No, that was the show Boy Meets World. That's not what that was. If you guys know what the movie I'm talking about is, leave it down below. But that was a good movie too. But there are a few differences in this movie that I really appreciated. I'm gonna do my best to not give big spoilers. I mean, obviously I'm going to be talking about some key scenes and like my favorite scenes. So there are going to be some spoilers, but I'm going to do my best to not ruin too much of the movie. The biggest thing that made it different from the other movies that I've watched that had like that trans lead is they didn't really talk about Kelsa's body. A lot of the times with dating with trans people, that's like the question. That's like the thing that people focus on all the time. It's like, well, how are you going to be like intimate? How are you going to like, be together if this girl's trans and you're a straight boy? That's like the big plot in a lot of these movies is the guy has to like come to terms with the fact that the girl that he likes is trans or whatever. That's not what this movie was. This movie also kind of focused on the boy's journey to getting the confidence to asking this girl out and being with the trans girl, but it was a little bit different. Instead of having to battle this like, no, she's trans, blah, blah, he goes through a different battle. The battle that he goes through is one of, not being socially accepted. So the main character, his name is Khalid. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he has a best friend throughout the whole movie that is a big like hurdle for him. We see his friend in scenes where he's like calling things gay and he's like making jokes about gay people or whatever. And we even see him talking directly about Kelsa, directly about this girl that his friend has a crush on, saying, she's a dude. She's a dude, right? He also has a similar battle, or it's not really a battle, a similar situation with his parents. This scene was actually really funny. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say what happens. If you don't want to hear this scene, you can like skip this much forward. But in this scene, he like comes home to his house, his parents, and they're like standing there and they're like talking or whatever. And they're like, so we searched your browser history. You're gonna live a life of sadness, all this stuff, like going off saying that he's gonna, be so sad if he transitions and all this stuff. And he's like, girl, I'm not trans. My girlfriend's trans. And they're like, oh, Theo, thank God, at least it wasn't you. Which I mean, like, still kind of cringe, but. And the mom did talk to him afterwards and was like, it's okay, like, I understand. You're a nice guy. You see her for who. Oh my God, I cried during that scene. I forgot that I cried. I cried like 4 times throughout this movie. Quick word of advice, maybe don't watch the movie if you are a trans girl that's like going through a breakup. Actually, maybe do watch it if you're going through a breakup like me, because I say going through, but it was like a year ago, girl. Like, get over it. But watching this movie and having this lead, this boy in this movie pick this trans girl over and over again, it was just really like heartwarming. She also has a really nice relationship with her mom, which I think is awesome that they put in the movie and made it so apparent that she has a very good relationship with her mom, especially when they contrast it to her relationship with her dad, which we won't get too much into, to maintain a level of surprise for you when you watch this movie. But I just wanted to point out that this movie did a really good job of showing how powerful a good mother-daughter or a good parent-child relationship can be. I don't really know what it was about this movie, but it was just very, very, relatable. I mean, obviously, the fact that I'm trans and the fact that she was trans. There was one line that really stood out to me that is something that I could never really articulate in the past, but I think is something that I have struggled with for a long time and I've kind of gone back and forth with. The girl's a YouTuber. Cute, right? The quote comes from a video that she's making on her YouTube channel talking about being trans and deciding whether or not she wanted to live as stealth, which if you don't know, living as stealth means that nobody around you knows that you're transgender, or if she wanted to live out and super, super publicly. The quote says, "So what would you rather? The existential despair of not being known or the existential despair of being known and being rejected?" So it's this battle of being stealth and having people not understand who you really are, not understand where you come from, not understand what has made you you, or deal with the despair of having people know you, having people know your story, where you've come from, what you've been through, and having them not accept it, having them not want to be in your life, having them not want to be around you. When I first transitioned, I went through this a lot as well, especially my first year in college. I felt like I had to escape my trans identity to be taken seriously, to be treated and fully seen as a woman. I won't say that people didn't know because, obviously it was my first year right after I transitioned. So I didn't, look the way that I do now. It just was a different time. But I did feel like I was hiding so much about myself, and not even just that I was hiding. I felt like I was lying. When I would tell people things about myself, I found myself editing the story, changing little details about my life so that they wouldn't know that I was trans. And yeah, they were small, they were little white lies, they were insignificant, but I don't want to have to do that. So we see Kelsey deal with this throughout the movie as well. We see her making videos online for herself and for her trans friends, her community, whatever. But once it gets brought up in real life, you could say, at her school, she doesn't want anything to do with it. In fact, she actively rejects it. She says, "I'm just trying to live my life, leave me alone, get this away from me." I should probably mention, the student, I don't want to root at that. You'll see, it doesn't matter. You'll see. She just know that she doesn't want people to talk about the fact that she's trans in real life, at least at some points throughout the movie. There's so much in this movie, so many little things that I noticed as a trans person that, maybe the average viewer wouldn't notice, but I think that's kind of cool. At one point, her and one of her friends get into a fight over this boy, actually, and she goes full turf. How dare Kelsey come into a single sex women's only space, blah, blah, blah. I am a feminist and this is wrong. Full turf. I kind of loved it. It was great. It was great, especially because she had a full, awakening. She's like, this is bad. I shouldn't be doing this. I don't want to be this person. She's ex-turf now, I guess. Like I said, I don't know what to say and what not to say about this movie because I want you to watch it. I don't want to spoil it. I just want to let you guys know that this is a really, really good movie. This is super cute, especially if you're looking for a cheesy romance movie. Not to call it cheesy, sorry, but it's just really cute. And of course, we love to see trans people finally getting the storylines that they deserve, We love to finally see trans girls as the love interest. And of course, we love having actual trans actresses in the movie. Duh. That's the bare minimum. But okay, you guys, that is it for this video. Go watch this movie. It's on Amazon Prime. Go watch it. I'm pretty sure that Billy Porter wrote it or produced it or something. I don't know. Billy Porter had something to do with it, and we love Billy, So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up down below. Subscribe if you are not already. I post new videos twice a week here on my channel. That's pretty much it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.